Hey everyone, Keeper here. It's the day after the World Championship. Uh, by the time I post this, it should be common knowledge for everybody, even the ones hiding under rocks, that Paulo Vitor Dama de Rosa has crowned himself world champion in a series of games that were quite entertaining. Actually, I watched most of them, which is somewhat unusual of late because I haven't really had time to watch a lot of streaming events. But that was entertaining. Partially, I also watched because I did back Paulo Vitor as the champion, so I can't wait to get my hands on that trophy pet. Thank you very much for that, Paulo, and congratulations for the win. Not that you're watching this, not a chance. Especially given that my name is actually Marcio as well, as demonstrated up there. You know, I do call myself Keeper more than I call myself Marcio. But with that, there is going to be a lot of people are running World Championship lists in ranked for the next couple of days. Specifically, I'm guessing Azorius Control, because that was the deck that won. Uh, it. I actually, before I get to this deck, then I should state that I did, prior to the weekend on Friday, I put together the world's Azorius Control list, the one that Paul actually played, his exact list. Reason being, I backed Paulo, so I thought I might as well give his list a try and see what it was like. And it is a good list. I did consider making a video about that, but we're not going to do a video about that today. We're going to do a fun video about a fun deck that kind of looks like a normal Fires of Invention deck because it plays Fires of Invention, it plays Kenrith, it plays Teferi, Deafening Clarion, Sphinx of Foresight, Emergency Powers. Wait, what? No, Emergency Powers isn't typically in Fires of Invention. Play some Shatter the Sky, Underworld Dreams. We can see where I'm going with this. Folio of Fancies, a single Fae of Wishes, some Storm's Wrath, and a Fae of Wishes sideboard. Why? Mostly for the odd chance, because this is going to be a best of one deck. For the odd chance, for the odd situations when I do draw Fae of Wishes and I need something, it's a single copy. I'm not entirely sure about the rest. It can, in reality, it can pull off some Kenrith into Sphinx of Foresight wins. Or, sorry, the other way around. Sphinx of Foresight into Kenrith with Fires of Invention and just trample over haste for a bunch of damage. It can do that. It's a backup plan. It's not the main plan. And I say this because I'm gonna play the Sphinxes anyway, mostly for the scry, the initial scry, the scry 3 at the beginning of the game. It's very important because this is still a Fires of Invention deck. It still needs to find fires because I haven't shown you yet, but Underworld Dreams is 3 black mana, and I don't have any black mana in my list, not a single one. And this wins with Underworld Dreams, with Fires of Invention into Underworld Dreams, with Folio of Fancies to force your opponent to draw a bunch of cards. And when they draw a bunch of cards, they take a bunch of damage. Or Emergency Powers to also get them to draw a bunch of cards, take a bunch of damage. I've been playing around with this deck for a few days now. And some of the most satisfying wins to pull off of this deck is double Underworld Dreams into Emergency Powers, you take 14. Like, just, it's who doesn't like winning like that? I do. I love winning like that. It must really kind of annoy my opponents, but it's fun to me. So what we're going to do now, we're going to take this into best of one because this is the best of one deck, given the, what's it called? Given the Fae of Wishes sideboard. We're going to replace that mountain because we managed to grab some mountains. And we're going to take this into best of one. And we're going to try and have some fun. Even though there's a very, very high chance that at this stage, ranked is just riddled with competitive decks. Given that Worlds finished yesterday, and the decks all looked really interesting. And also, on top of that, given that the Worlds Showcase event has ended, so it looks like I will probably be facing a bunch of Worlds competitive decks in Standard Ranked. But we're going to play as we do. I can't drop any lower than I already am. So, take a bunch of losses. I take a bunch of losses. Now, I saw some mention of some version of this deck a while back on Reddit. Like, a while back. And truth be told, even if I were to want to tell you where I found this, Reddit's search function is probably not going to allow me to. This things like these, where I start the game with revealing Sphinx of Foresight, usually makes my opponents think that I'm on like straight Fires of Invention, and I'm not. I don't have Cavaliers. I don't have any of that. I just have a lot of removal, a couple of Teferis, or my limit of Teferis, and I want to win with Folio of Invention, of Fancy, and Underworld Dreams. I am going to put these two on the bottom for now, because I want to see. Okay, here we go. So I already know what I'm going to get here. I'm going to put this one on the bottom, though. I want to draw that. All right. Let's sequence this correctly, please and thank you. And let's try our best not to lose. As I've mentioned before, this does still play very much the same way that most Fires decks do. It wants to go, Teferi's fine. You have no idea of what's coming. I want to find... Yeah, so do I. I want to find... I need to find Underworld Dreams. That's the key. Oh, Doom Foretold. That's rough. That's going to hurt. That right there is going to hurt. That's alright. We will drop and say go. Cool, cool. My opponent could have another one, I guess. But now that he doesn't have one in play, that means I can go Fires of Invention into Kenrith. Unless they have a counterspell here. Could be rough if they have a counterspell here, but oh well. Guess not. I am going to go Kenrith. It could counter this, I suppose. Despark. Okay, well, Kenriths are already on the board. So, attack the Teferi. It's unfortunate that they managed to get my fires, because what I would have liked, if you don't have the heck was that? If you don't have fires, you can't play. If you don't have fires, you can't play Underworld Dreams. This deck put simply, does not support it. So I'd like to find both things. Please and thank you. Teferi. Alright. I can live with that. I can live with that. They're going to target the Sphinx, even though that's realistically not the card that's going to get them. This deck does some stupid things once it gets going, and I hope I can get this deck going. I've got it. Oh, this deck is just so much fun. Okay, so that's one part of the combo. So I got 6 mana, so this doesn't really matter. Am I going to play another Sphinx of Foresight? Actually, I am. That still doesn't matter because it's still only going to draw 1 card. And I'm going to say go. I need to find Fires of Invention so I can play this Underworld Dreams and then just force my opponent to draw all the cards. That's all we're looking for here. That is literally all we want. Okay. Opponent's passing the turn here. Cool, cool, cool. X equals 1. My opponent should like that. Yep, okay, that's not what I wanted. Labyrinth, no, my opponent doesn't seem to have creatures. Right now, anyway. Another Sphinx of Foresight is definitely not what I wanted. Please, opponent. Kenrith. I mean, I could go for the traditional Kenrith win, but I think my opponent's got an answer for that. So what we're going to do is swing with Sphinx in an attempt to kill this Teferi. My opponent could have something here, or not. Okay, I thought he was definitely going to kill that, but sure. And pass the turn. At the end of my opponent's next turn, I'm going to draw a bunch of cards. They're going to draw a bunch of cards. 3 cards. 3 is not a bunch. It's a considerable amount. Thassa's Intervention. Sure. Sure, I suppose this deck could actually benefit for something like Thassa's Intervention. No, actually I can't. What am I talking about? Fires of Invention won't let me play the intervention on my opponent's turn. Duh. Anyway. Let's see. Yeah, sure. Sure, son. Or daughter. Or, I don't know. Who knows? My opponent is looking to burn me out. This is interesting. This is actually fascinating. Alright. X equals 3. The downside here is that my opponent also gets to draw a bunch of cards. Here we go. This is what I came here for. This is what I came here for. Okay. Let's attempt to... Oh, I see. I see what we're doing here. Okay. Sure. I already have the Underworld Dreams on the field, though, so it doesn't really matter. Alright, so X equals 2. What I need to find now is an emergency powers. That is not an emergency powers. Okay, okay, okay. I will resolve that. Sacrifice that. That's still not an emergency powers. Deafening Clarion I do not want. Teferi. No? Okay. End turn. I really just need to find an emergency powers here. Try and put an end to this as quick as I can. I will... Admittedly, I will sacrifice this Teferi if need be. Which I probably will. Okay, Witching Well. That's cool. That actually might work pretty good. So might Omen of the Sea in this deck. But at that point, it's just a Fires of Invention deck, so let's just stick to what we've got. My opponent is on 20. I need to make him draw a bunch of cards. Okay. That's odd. But I can respect that. I can definitely respect that. X equals 2. Ooh. Ooh boy. I will resolve that to Teferi. So what I'm going to do here... No. Emergency powers. Fires of Invention. What can we get? Ooh, Heliod's Intervention. That looks good here. And next turn. Teferi Time Raveler, sure. My opponent is probably going to bounce my Underworld Dreams. No. Okay.
I'll protect you.
Interesting. Sure. This is fascinating to me. What? Okay. Okay, what have they got here? They've got to have something. They got something cooking here. I did shut off their ethereal resolution or whatever it's called. Absolution. Absolution. That's what it's called. Yep. Here's the beauty. I have a bunch of mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No, not 12, 11. Pass to attackers. Okay. And draw 2. Got 7. Resolve Fires of Invention. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. X equals 6. What are you holding, my dude? One short. Okay. That's fair. That's fair game. They can get out of this, kind of. Oh, they took the Heliod's intervention. Why? I didn't even cast it. What else do they have? They can sacrifice... They're going to forget about the golden egg, aren't they? That'd be kind of funny. Oh, no, they remembered. Okay. Okay. This is a weird game. This is, in fact, a weird game. Alright. So I'm guessing with that, they'll take out the Underworld Dreams. Okay. The beauty about that... So what can I do next turn? I have another Folio of Fancies. I have... Okay, Oath of Kaya is fine. Teferi. Sure. You're gonna bounce that? That's interesting. Sure. I get to discard a land, recast Folio of Fancies. If I can draw... I get to kill both their planeswalkers. I will discard a Steam Vents. Alright, that's another Underworld Evolution. Or, Underworld Evolution, jeez. Okay. Temple of Enlightenment. Let's see what we got. Please let me resolve my my own abilities here. Please. Opponent. Opponent. Hello. What happened? Did I disconnect? Did you disconnect? Who disconnected? Oh no. I just want to cast this Storm's Wrath. What do we have here? 21. There's a few ways we can win here. But I'm not sure who disconnected. So, what I might do is drop all three Folio of Fancies. Alright. Labyrinth can go to the bottom. I do not want this. Storm's Wrath. Put an end to that. Folio of Fancy. That's reasonable. That is a reasonable response. Folio of Fancy. How much do you have? You've got 7 cards in hand, yes? No, it won't tell me. Okay. So what I am going to do here... Teferi... That's not what I wanted to find. I've overdone it. Ooh, Dance of the Mance. Okay. Okay. Resolve. Okay, so I'm going to set a stop on my upkeep, even though I do have all these triggers to deal with. My opponent can't attack me this turn. So what I am going to do is attempt to mill them out. How many cards do they have in hand? It doesn't say. Damn it. That's the only downside here. Yes.
That's more like it.
Yes, yes, yes. I do have all these triggers to resolve. Okay. My turn. Yes. Resolve. Resolve. Ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba. Resolve. And resolve. Now move to draw. Move to main. Just to be safe. Please just let it resolve. You're gonna die from decking anyway. And play. And done. And good game. We always find a way. We always find a way. That was beautiful. That was hilarious. Oh, that was awesome. I mean, for me at least. I don't know how my opponent feels about listening to that nonsense. No Folio of Fancy activations on my upkeep with Doom for 12 triggers on the stack. After I shuffled their library back into... after I shuffled their graveyard back into their library. Oh, that's good. That's good. Some good games. Wait, that was one game? We're already at 20-some plus minutes. All right, well, we'll do one more. Nope. Excuse me. This is actually a reasonable hand. I will put Fae of Wishes back. That was fantastic. I absolutely enjoyed that game. That game was absolutely amazing. All right, we are about to get uncovered here. What do they hit? Oh, lands. Good. Good, good, good. Good, good, good. I should have played the island and played this Folio of Fancies. That's unfortunate. Oh well. Oh well. What do they hit? Oh, Temple of Epiphany. Okay. Ooh, Kenrith. Eat nasty. Eat nasty. Oh. Going for the pain. Alright. We will clear that off. Fervent Champion. That is a good top deck, or not. Who knows? Okay. Light up the stage. Yep. Another land and light up the stage. Okay. Yep. Ooh, Ambercleave. Alright. Well, fortunately, we are doing this into Sphinx. Shatter the Sky. Why Shatter? Because it could have an Infuriate to pump that Fervent Champion past my Sphinx of Foresight here. So I'd rather... Oh, that's a rogue too? Interesting. I'd rather they not do that. Turns out they didn't. That's alright. Bone Crusher Giants. Okay. We can Storm's Wrath for 0. And Sphinx of Foresight for 0. And then start looking for a way to... Oh! It's unfortunate because my opponents think that this is a Fires of Invention deck. But it's not. It's not. It's so much better than that. So much better. Alright, Burning Yard Trainer. What is this? Trample Haste. Burning Yard Trainer enters the battlefield. Another target you control gets... Another target knight you control gets +2/+2 and gains Trample and Haste until end of turn. That's fantastic. Or not. For 5 mana. Sorry. My bad. My misunderstanding. Okay, well... We'll do one more quick game. See how that goes. See how that goes. And I'm playing around in front of the camera. Very unprofessional of me. Okay, I'm on... Actually, this is not a bad hand. I can Teferi or Clarion turn 3. Potentially turn 4. Fires into Underworld Dreams. Don't know what I'm facing. I'm going to keep. Probably not the best. Ooh. Probably not the best, but I'm going to keep. Shatter the Sky is good. Shatter the Sky is good here. I expected an increase in Azoria's control. But I haven't seen any today yet. I was playing a little bit earlier and I still didn't see any. Okay, so... Could hit a bunch of things here. And they hit a land. Darn it. I needed that land. Oh well. Oh well. Sacred Foundry. So. Next turn. Deafening Clarion. I do play all 4 for a reason. Mono red is really good, really dominant. Oh, it's my Fires of Invention. Huh. Yeah. That does make this a lot less appealing. But you gotta do it. Yep. That is a great curve out. If I could draw... They could have Ambercleave here. Am I just dead? I'm not dead, right? No, I'm not dead. Okay, well, pay, fires, shatter. Hope they don't have anything. I'm at 4, I'm almost dead. Okay, that's a thing. Rimrack Knight, that is also a thing. Bounce.
Don't worry, I got this.
Fascinating. Okay. So, what I can do here, yeah, I'm going to clear that away. I don't have time for games. I will do this. How much does this thing cost? 4 mana. Okay. Next turn I can start using the Labyrinth to keep off an attacker. Hopefully my opponent just top decks a bunch of...
Let's try this.
well...
This isn't a fight.
It's not a good solution, but it's a solution for now. Okay. Kenrith, that's good. And Underworld Dreams. Now I can throw a wrench in my opponent's game plan. Now they don't know what's going on. Right? Right? Okay, so here comes... Scorched Spitter doesn't really do anything for me here. Now I play Kenrith.
Don't worry,
I play... Do I play a second Underworld Dreams here, or do I play third Teferi? I actually play third Teferi. Third Teferi is the answer. Bounce this guy. Nice. Fabled Passage. And turn. So I can gain life, but I can't Labyrinth. I can Labyrinth, but I can't gain life. I can draw a card and gain life, but not Labyrinth at all. Okay. My opponent is coming in with the Scorched Spitter on hot. Killing the Teferi. Sure. Teferi's already dead, so I don't even have to block. Pass 2 blockers, no blocks. You aimed it at the Teferi, it doesn't really matter. It's not going to deal damage to me now. That's not how that works. And they think it's going to hit me. It's not going to hit me. It was going to hit the Teferi. Come on, man. No, I didn't prevent the attack. You attacked Teferi. Don't look at my cards like that. Oh, son. Alright, so let's activate this ability. Let's gain some life and let's draw a card. And see where that leaves us. Just to get out of range a little bit here, I'm going to gain life. And I'm going to draw a card. This Labyrinth can be good to get... Alright. This turn, I will Labyrinth whatever is attacking with the Embercleave. And try to survive from there. That was just silly. Yes, that is fantastic. You're absolutely right. That is the exact right play. So is that. Okay. Now you're going to attack me. Okay. And I'm going to do this. Thank you. And now I will go to my turn. Okay. Now what? I can't use this Shatter the Sky. Actually, can I? No, they get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They get 5 of these little critters. Alright, so yeah, I do have to use this Shatter the Sky. Okay, so Shatter the Sky, that's actually a perfect freaking draw. Yep. That's a thing of beauty. What I could have done differently is I could have gained life first, but oh well. And now do this. 3 damage, done. And hope they don't draw anything good. I could have, that was stupid. I could have gained the 5 life before I did this Shatter this guy. Oh well. That was stupid on my part. Ooh, Robber of the Rich. Ouch. That's going to deal a lot of damage this turn. Okay, Runaway Steamkin. Yep. Another Kenrith. Alright. Okay. Play this. So the key here is I had to remove that Robber of the Rich from combat. Ah, should have played this Fires of Invention. Oh well. Torbrand. That's strong. Yep. Okay. This to deal with that. This blocks that, otherwise I'm dead. Ah, double fires. Ah, so close. What can I do? What can I do? Yeah, nothing. I can play out the fires, I guess. Doesn't really matter. Let my opponent have this one. So close. It was that 5 life that I needed. That was stupid. That was so stupid. Labyrinth is good though. I like Labyrinth. No, you're not gonna die. Just do what you gotta do. Oh, please. Please do. Please play a second Ember Cleave. Because you're an idiot. You already have lethal. Just go. He doesn't even... Don't even realize how their own Kenrith works. Their own Kenrith... Torbrand works. Yes. Do not worry, young Padawan. You have already won. Come on, just let the damage resolve. Do my opponent... What is going on here? I'm not going to say... Oh, okay. There we go. Sheesh. I'm in a grumpy mood. No, I'm not. That was fantastic. That was actually pretty fantastic. That was actually pretty fantastic. What changes could I make to this deck? Nothing. I don't know. It's pretty fantastic the way I see it. That last game didn't play out the way I'd hoped. I drew too many fires. I drew too many Underworld Dreams. But we needed one more draw step. We almost had it. It was close. It was good though. It was that it literally was that 5 life off that Canrith would have won me that game. Now I'm angry. Now I'm very angry. Otherwise, fantastic deck. I can't remember the actual deck list on Reddit. Not even by a long shot. I think it was just straight up the combo deck though. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think it played any Kenrith or Sphinx of Foresight. But I do like having them as backup. And the Sphinx of Foresight, the scry is very important, to be real. The Fae of Wishes might not be necessary, but I like it. What I have considered in previous games is taking a single Underworld Dreams and maybe a Fire of Inventions and putting them in the sideboard. Because I've found myself in a situation where I wanted one or the other, and I have had Fae of Wishes. And if I'd had one or the other in my sideboard, I would have grabbed them. So that might be a possibility, but other than that, this deck is just it's jank, but it's fun. It's fun jank. So yeah, I highly recommend. I highly recommend. Maybe this Elspeth Conquers Death might actually be good in the main. Doesn't really fit with the theme though, so I'll just leave it for now. Overall, hilarious. Winning with Underworld triggers is fantastic. Beating my first opponent even after I reshuffled their graveyard into their library by milling them out was pretty good. Great time. Would recommend, would play again. Not really much more to say. It's just fantastic. It's resilient. It doesn't have counter spells. I don't know. It's fun. It's not good. Like obviously no one played this deck at Worlds, so there's probably a reason for that. But it is a lot of fun. So I suggest you guys give it a try if you have the opportunity, if you have the cards. I don't think you'd regret the fun stuff it can get up to. Other than that, as usual, if you liked, hit that like button. Much appreciated. Subscribe. All that stuff that everybody has to tell everybody on YouTube, because that's just how the algorithm works. So subscribe, like, comment. Let me know what decks I should play. Know what decks I should stop playing. Let me know what kind of format you prefer. If you prefer I play best of 3 or best of 1. That sort of stuff is all helpful feedback. And even unhelpful feedback. I don't get any comments. Just comment. Just say something to me. You can also say something to me up on Twitter here if you'd like. And thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next video.